Well, congratulations. You've now made it to section 3 of our journey together. And I'm so proud of you because to get to this point means you have put in a lot of effort. In this section, we're dealing with what it means to be a spiritual adult. Remember, 1 John 2 has been our guiding principle. I write to you children, I write to you young men, I write to you fathers. So now we're at that father or adult stage. Now, this doesn't mean that everybody who gets to this stage is, of course, a spiritual mature adult. But as you go through this material, you're asking God to advance your maturity. And now you're going to see what's involved in being at this level of spiritual maturity. So in this first lesson, we call it personal checkup. Like when you go to a doctor, they do a blood test, they may do an x-ray, they may look in your ears and nose and do that whole thing. What are they doing? They're checking over you to kind of see if you have any issues that need attention. They're helping you determine, along with them, kind of where you're at physically. Well, we need to do the same spiritually. We need a personal checkup. We need to kind of honestly and transparently kind of put our spiritual life in a mirror. Let the Lord's light shine on it. Maybe the others in your group shine on it and kind of say, okay, I know now what's involved in being a spiritual child. I know now what's involved in being a spiritual adolescent, section 2. Now, as we get to section 3, we kind of want to take a step back. And in this chapter, you're basically saying, okay, where am I at? If I'm really honest, maybe you say, you know what? I'm still way at that infant stage. So I shouldn't go through this next section. No, you're just saying, okay, that's where I'm at. Maybe you need to go and review some of that stuff, but you're still going to march through with your group in section 3 because you need to know what is involved in being a spiritual adult. So my encouragement here, be honest, be transparent. To heal, you gotta be real. And so be real with yourself and others. I hope your group is developed now to the place where you can be honest about struggles. Look, we're not about pretending. We're about saying, hey, honestly, this is where I'm at. Here's a sin in my life. Here's an addiction in my life. Here's a struggle. And then when you bring it in the light with people who are full of truth and grace, and I trust those in your group are, and remember confidentiality, okay? I can't stress that enough. What you share in your group stays in your group unless you give your group permission to share it outside the group. And so this is just a good chance to kind of step back, review the material, and say, you know, if I'm honest, here's where I'm at. And as I say in one of the lines in this chapter, you don't need to feel ashamed of where you're at. What's most important is that you have a desire and a willingness to go beyond where you're at. And so that's what you're going to do in this next lesson.